People think that what they are afraid of in life is their weaknesses, the dark side, the shadows in their personality and their being. But that's not the truth. What they're really afraid of is their greatness. So the most difficult thing for people to do is go from being a fucking slave to being a master. And the reason because of this fear is because when you're a slave, when you're in your weaknesses and you're just living under the radar, you have a safe problem because you are the one who's holding yourself down. So you know you have control over the situation. But when you're stepping up from being a slave to being a master in your own life, you're putting yourself out there. You're standing tall, you're shining bright, you're walking like a fucking king, you're roaring like a lion. And that may cause some reaction with other people. So you become more like, you can feel like you're a fucking target that people shoot their hate on and try to pull you down and stuff like that. But if you fear this fear stems from when you're not being the master, when you're having illusions and trying to figure out what it's like to be in the master role, you know. But when you're actually stepping up and standing in your own inner master and stepping your game up and roaring like a lion and shit like that, and knowing your strengths and your worth, you don't give a fuck about what other people think. But people are afraid of stepping up because they believe that they will care as much as they do when they're fucking slaves. So they let this fear stop them from stepping up and stop living under the radar. So this is the most important step for you to take, because when you're a slave, slaves tend to blame their life situation on someone else or something else out of their control. They're giving away their power to change the situation. But the master, when you're a master, you have to take responsibility for being where you are in the situation you're in the relationship you're in, and your relationship to yourselves, your thoughts and shit like that. You need to take responsibility and charge of your life. And people are afraid of this because they want the safe problem. They want to hold themselves down so they can blame it on something else, something other than themselves, or to attack themselves with all this self-hate and, oh, you're so stupid, I knew this, why, and shit like that. But when you're a lion, you have to take responsibility and take charge of your life, and you have a more of a risky problem because of the reaction of other people is out of your control. So it's a risky problem because you can't control their reactions. But a fucking lion doesn't care. It couldn't care less about what the sheeps are baying about, you know. So when you find your inner lion, you don't need to worry about what the sheep herd is nagging about. So just, you need to find your inner strength and take the step from being a slave to being a master. And then you will take back your power to change your life situation and achieve what you want in your life. Okay? So find your inner strength and be ready to step your life up. Good luck.